Just because somebody speeds or tailgates doesn't mean you should point a weapon at them. That does not make it right at all.
Tempers flare on highways and city roads. Drivers reach an anger so extreme they threaten other motorists all around them. And the concept of road rage is nothing new, but the extent at which it is happening on Maryland streets is causing alarm.
It could be both parties are going at it with each other. Somebody cuts somebody off, and sometimes the victim in the case doesn't even know they've done anything inappropriately. You know, they didn't know that when they changed lanes they got that close to a car, or they had to get off at an exit ramp and they didn't realize they, cut someone off. They're not understanding some of these things that take place. And before they know it, there's somebody pointing a gun at them or possibly firing a weapon at them.
And 11 News Investigates reporter Barry Sims took a comprehensive look at the state of road rage here in Maryland, from the law enforcement agencies investigating the cases to the drivers affected. You'll see that report this week on 11 News. Barry joining us now with that report. Just the other day, a guy, I don't know what I did, but I know I saw fingers from the guy.
But you did something.
I did something.
Yes.
He tapped the brakes on me, turned around. I have no clue.
Did he brake check you, or did he just?
No, brake check.
Okay.
And
he was in front of you, you just stopped real quick.
And I have no idea what happened, but the level of anger, I thought, man, he's having a day.
Right. Now, we all get upset when we're driving, when we're dealing with people and trying to just get home, get to wherever we're going to go. But to take it to that level, that's where the problem comes in. The issues get really, really bad when you point a gun, when you get out and brandish a gun, and when you shoot at vehicles. And that's what happened. We've had people who have been killed because of road rage. And it's senseless. It's just ridiculous.
And that trooper made a good point. Sometimes you don't even know that something has happened or occurred. You only see the response from the person in front or behind you.
Right. And I know that I was in traffic at Dulles Airport.
Yeah.
I'm coming down. We're leaving the airport. There's an SUV beside me. And all of a sudden, this little Prius, and I'm sorry, Prius, I shouldn't say little, this Prius comes and gets right behind that car. And flashing his lights. I'm in the other side of the lane. I'm right here behind him, and I see what's happening. He wants that car to get out of the way.
Wow.
Well, he did it like 4 or 5 times, flashing the lights. The guy was parking, didn't notice, and then all of a sudden, I back off. Because I'm not sure what's going to happen. The Prius comes around to the right of the car, gets in front, brake checks him.
Man.
They go down the road a couple more times, a little bit longer. He brake checks him 2 more times.
Man.
And all I'm thinking of, we're going to get hurt. That's all I was thinking. It was scary.
Tell me about your piece. What did police tell you? What are they learning right now here in Maryland?
Well, they're telling us that investigations into road rage can be pretty difficult. It's hard to find sometimes evidence. It is hard because what happens is the crime scene is immediately disappears. It disappears immediately once something happens. But they're also saying that because of situations that have happened and because people have been killed, that they have started, Maryland State Police actually about a year ago started a highway gun violence initiative. And that initiative is looking into these cases. I can tell you just checking with Baltimore City, they told me that they had 50 cases of road rage in 2024. And from January to May of this year, they had 29. That's just Baltimore City. Looking at Maryland State Police, they have 155 reported incidents of felony firearms. That's what they term them. Felony firearms related crimes on state highway, on highways that they patrol. 32 of the incidents were shootings. So 32 times somebody—
in road rage incidents?
In road rage incidents. 32 times someone has fired a weapon. 45 of the cases right now, they're still actively investigated. And this is the thing that I found very interesting too. 59 people have been arrested, and they've seized 61 weapons.
Wow.
And in our video, we show—
This is a gun here, right? This is a gentleman.
Yes, this is he got out of the vehicle and actually walked back to the car. In our story, in our reports, we have a victim who talked about how terrifying it was to have someone get out of their car on I-95, walk back to them, tap the window with a gun, and say that they could kill everybody.
Good grief.
And then walk out and walk back, get in his car, and took off. Fortunately, the family and others were able to get video of the person, and that's how police were able to catch him.
About 30 seconds left. Will they hear advice? Will viewers hear advice from police when it comes to handling these situations?
Police will hear advice on how to handle the situations, and also what we're going to show are people who actually have gone through the court system because of road rage and the consequences that they face.
All right, looking forward to it.
Okay,
Thanks for coming
thank
by,
you.
man. Appreciate it.